Don't worry, for all of you Karens who accuse me of being on steroids as the reason for winning all of my fights, we have the strictest drug testing possible for this match. U.S. Anti-Doping Agency. Random drug tests at any moment. Oh look, they're here now. Hey Usada, me in the car. Looking good. See if you're on steroids. Clicking as a whistle.
Should be undergoing all year drug testing. Now, I don't know if it has to be through VADA. It could be through Usada. It don't have to be through VADA. You know, I know Brian Norman Jr., maybe this is an ego thing, but he's also came out and said that he doesn't really, well, VADA. He says he's willing to do some other type of drug test, but he doesn't mess with VADA, you guys. Now, what did I tell you guys, my people? What did I say? If you're a Terrence Bud Crawford hater, if you're a Victor Conte hater, if you absolutely want nobody to be working with VADA, you think anybody who's working with Snack is a drug cheat. That's the reason why I said in some fights, in some mega fights especially, why don't they use Usada instead? So that way we're not having to use the whole, Victor Conte works with VADA, the whole argument when it comes to that, my friends. Now, don't get me wrong. Just because you use Usada doesn't mean everything's going to be perfect. They've also had problems themselves. As you guys know, they used to have that deal with the UFC that ended up horrible, my friends. This is what Dana White had to say about Usada.
No announcement yesterday. That was straight up scumbagism. What happened yesterday?
Okay. Usada. All right. Good.
Yeah. So,
and you've even heard of them favoring certain fighters sometimes, my friends, like drug testing a certain fighter 8 different times before a fight, and only drug testing a different fighter a couple different times to start a fight. Sugar Shane Mosley, Floyd Mayweather, my friends. I mean, dude, Usada does have loopholes. Again, this isn't like VADA where it's an all-year thing. You're going to be drug tested. You know, they have contracts and, you know, they're signed to WBC, this and that. Usada's their own thing. They don't run 24/7, 365 drug testing like they do for the Olympics. They don't do that for boxing. But what they do is they do contract signing drug testing. So specifically for this fight, for Jake Paul, Gervonta Davis, if they want to hire Usada and they don't want to work with VADA, they're going to hire Usada for this fight, and Usada will do it for those specific months that are in the fight, my friends. Now, the problem is a lot of people will say, yo, well, if that's the way it works, then there's ways to get around it. All you got to do is do drugs when you're not going to be drug tested or you don't have the contract set up with Usada and all this. And that's true, my friends. It's absolutely true. But I think it's a big difference when you try to bring Victor Conte into this, man. I think this is specifically for the Terrence Bud Crawford haters and anybody who thinks that Snack or anybody who thinks that VADA is just corrupt, my friends. Yo, this is a good thing by Jake Paul. But other than that, my friends, these videos that Jake Paul has been dropping have been absolutely entertaining, dude.
Let's see. I don't give a bollocks, mate. Fuck you right now, mate.
The only thing you should be fighting is your addiction.
Me training.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Somebody help that guy.
Listen, all me and Moms want is for you to cut half your body weight, and we got ourselves some. Shh.
Good boy.
This is my call out. J. Paul, what's up? What up, J. Paul?
Bro, Jake Paul's fucking hilarious, dude. Who's that right there in the corner right there to the right that he didn't point out? Who's that right there? Who does that look like? That's Canelo Alvarez, bro. I thought that was an Ireland flag when I first saw it, dude. That's Canelo. Bro, this fool's so funny, dude. Let's carry on.
I need you to answer one thing. What's the world's biggest critique of Jake Paul?
Everybody keeps calling for Jake Paul to fight a real boxer.
Real boxer.
Real boxer.
The time has come to get in the ring with boxers.
Exactly. Fight a real boxer. Well, how about the man himself, an undefeated world champion, knockout artist, Gervonta Tank Davis.
The undefeated lightweight champion of the world.
Now, there's a lot of controversy when it comes to that statement made by Jake Paul, my friends, because, of course, the whole boxing world has been critiquing you, Jake. But we've been wanting to fight a real boxer close to your weight class. I mean, at least 30 pounds closer, not somebody who's, you know, you fought at 227 pounds when you fought against Mike. Gervonta, when he fought against Mario Barrios, that was at 140 pounds. And that's big for Gervonta, dude. 140, 227. I mean, dude, I don't know if this necessarily counts as that, and I'm pretty sure the people who critique Jake Paul are going to continue to critique him, but I still think this is a brave move. I don't think Gervonta is any slouch. Of course, he's been fighting for 5 years old. You know, he used that argument with Frank Martin, and he's going to use it with Jake Paul. There's levels to this, and I know Gervonta is going to be using it. And I know Jake says that, you know, this is a professional boxer. Of course, Gervonta is your WBA lightweight champion at 135 pounds right now. But hey, I know a lot of people about to get hot off that statement.
He's been running that third grade mouth for years now, saying I need to fight a real boxer.
He got to fight a actual fighter now, like a fighter.
Who was somebody you could see him fighting, like
Me.
a real you?
Yeah.
If I win, I just beat one of boxing's greatest and pulled off the impossible. If he wins, he gives you all what you want to see, sends me back to YouTube. But if he loses, that whole little image of toughness and badassness goes all out the window. All from the little hands of a YouTuber, Jake Joseph Paul.
I'm telling you guys right now, man, at the end of the day, I'm not mad at Gervonta Tank Davis for taking this fight. The boy's going to get paid. All I want is after this fight, you come back and fight Shakur Stevenson. If you don't come back after this fight and don't fight anybody, whoo-hoo, my friend, go and knock out Jake Paul. Nobody wants to see Jake Paul come in here and beat an actual boxing world champion, even though the guy weighs 80 pounds heavier than you. Nobody wants to see it. Gervonta, at least make the community proud. Go in here and get it done against Jake Paul, especially when you got your boy dropping videos like this, man. I'm out with this.
That's what